That is some hot tea. And we're live. Greetings, friends. How are you? Let me resize what's going on with this? What's going on here? How's everyone tonight? Sorry, I'm just trying to get this. Just trying to figure out what's going on with the screen. Don't have the full picture. Leroy, greetings, friend. Here we go. Oh, dog, welcome. Hold on while I figure this out. Excuse me while I whip this out. Okay, there you go. Okay. On Fridays, we free roam. Thank you, friends. Thank you for being here. Leroy, greetings. Oh, dog, welcome. J Lash, did I say hello to you? Happy to see you. Happy to be here. I missed you guys. Took some photos of me, which I don't really do. Here's me being serious. Here, let's see. Is it too bright? Why so serious? And this one, smiley. This is the one I used. I figured if I'm going to be doing these live streams, I should start putting my photo in the thumbnail, like an e-girl, like Pokimane. Everyone does it. You know, I was looking at thumbnails, and it's like you have to put your photo in there. So I did it too. I did it on tomorrow's thumbnail for Big Trouble in Little China. Looks good. It's a picture of me and Arthur and David Lopan. If you know that movie. It's a fun movie. You'll enjoy it. It's a comedy. It's a kung fu comedy from the 80s. Starring Kurt Russell. And I think one of the ladies from Sex and the City when she was young. I never really watched Sex and the City. I'll do more research for you. I haven't yet. So how's your week? How is everyone? How was your Friday? I hope you're doing well. So for this episode, we are fooling around in Chapter 2, just getting us set up. We still need to get the hat, and we need to get Mr. Pearson's denim scout jacket. We shall also pick up Bolty, and this is the official. We made a video of it, which didn't do as well as I would hope did, on Jim Boy Calloway's revolver, and the raw footage is in this video. Leroy, hashtag superantonio e-girl caught on camera. Yes, that is the future of this channel. Oh Lord, do I watch any e-girls? I know about them because of my nephew. I mean, I didn't even know who Pokimane was. But yeah, I kind of know about him just because that's what's going on in the internet. But I don't really think I definitely don't subscribe to any. I don't think I mean, I know of them, but I don't think I've really watched streams. I've watched people react to streams. Oh dog, been a good week mostly. Lots of, are those cantaloupes? If you know what I mean. Well, I'm very happy for you, friend. You should get your 5 daily servings of fruit and cantaloupes. Always a big fan of melons. Okay, well done, friend. You deserve it. You know, I had had a happy moment this morning. I have to explain it. When I take Sadie to the park in the morning, and this park has a soccer field, and we will run the length of the soccer field. It's like 100 yards. So I will run all out, and she will like run it perhaps 50-60%, but she has a good time. So we run the length, and then we walk, you know, the width, you know, which I for me, so catch my breath, and then we sprint the other way, and then we walk again. So we do that 4 times. Okay, so she's used to this running on grass, and she loves to run. She has lots of fun, and so do I. I suppose it counts as HIIT training, high intensity interval training, but mostly I'm just exercising the dog, but I get some ancillary cardio burn out of it as well. So the second thing you need to know about Sadie is she's fascinated by garbage trucks and street cleaners, street sweepers, those spinny wheel things, brush things. And so, I mean, we have to stop and watch these trucks on our walk. She's like a little kid. She just needs to see what they're doing. They're loud, they're chaotic. So today there was the street sweeper, but it was like, they usually go at like a 5-mile-per-hour clip. And this one was like speeding, you know, he was going like fast for a street sweeper. And Sadie decided she wanted to chase it. And so, and she's pulling on the leash. So, okay, well, and I don't like running around the sidewalk. I don't like running around pavement. So we ran like about a block, you know, chasing the street sweeper, and she was having so much fun. And at one moment, she like turned back as she's running, you know, and we're running. She turned back to look at me with this look of just sheer joy of and love in her face. It was really nice to see. And at that point, I thought 2 things. One, this is a happy memory. It's like that's what we're doing right now. It's a happy memory for both of us. And 2, just the level of trust she has that she can run at full speed and turn and look at me and know that I'm not going to let her run into anything or smash. You know, it's like, that's just crazy. I never turn around while I'm running. Who does that? So anyways, we ran for about a block, and then it just got too dangerous, and there's no one there, but she had fun, and it was just an odd, fun experience. But anyways, here are we. Leroy, I thought the cantaloupes were boogie balls, yoga balls with sticks on them. And David's here. Welcome, David. On Fridays, we free roam. What's for dinner, David? Leroy, we went to a park today, too. We did some training, and Junebug is learning weave. Oh, I know. Or Sadie knows weave. But I like her between my legs when we cross, you know, when we're at the crosswalk. And that's like her safe spot. She'll go there when we're talking. Don't sound bad to me at all. David, slap that dude on his bald head. Yeah, David, we're going to take care of him. Don't you worry. Leroy, I'm not quite sure what you mean, O-Dog. Please elaborate. Don't. This is a family channel. You know, I can't. Have we met before someplace? David, sausage and peppers. No. Sausage and peppers on what? No. Sandwich, rice. What's the carb element? Potatoes. Leroy, we're going to get them a sister in late January. Don't know how you could have 3 dogs. I can barely handle 1. You have a pack. Dogs are pack animals. I'm sure they love it as far as dogs go. 18 viewers, welcome. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. Really appreciate you being here. Mike, just Mike. Greetings, friend. I like her between my legs. Also, smiley emoticon. Yes, okay, fine. O-Dog says LOL Super Antonio. And David says that's Mr. Moorhead. And I guess, yeah, you know, going with the theme of the night, we can look at this gentleman's porno collection. I note some of those are some of those you can find in New Austin. Leroy, that's very nice, Mike, with a Y. Yeah.
Hey there.
Oh, and then we were taking the Reverend home, and I decided to steal the oil wagon. I was going to blow it up in front of the sheriff's office. Mike, just Mike, sorry, had to. Yeah, I know. It's like, what can you do? But I like having her between my legs, just because it's just a low-key brag about how well your dog is trained. As if she's had military training, which she has not. She's the goofiest, silliest dog. And that's one of her only tricks. Oh, dog, you can show those on YouTube? Well, kinda did. But I don't think, they don't really show anything. I mean, Instagram shows more. And these replay in 720 for some reason, I think because of the computer webcam. So we don't, it's like, it's a potato replay. You should just listen to me. Mike, just Mike. Been a creeper watcher for years. Love what you do. This is why I don't say much, LOL. No worries, Mike. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. Everyone should participate in the chat just to say hello. Just because it's fun. You'll enjoy it. It's interaction. It feels good to connect. On both, on both sides, it feels good for you, and it also feels good for me. Happy to have you here, and I'm glad you've been watching. Leroy, my dogs go between my legs too. It's called center. That's what I call it, and helps me walk when I feel worried. Also, they know it's a safe space for when a dog is showing signs of aggression. That's what Sadie does. She uses that as her safe space if I'm talking too long. And then I wanted to blow up the oil wagon, but I needed to get rid of these horses first, and it got complicated because we didn't want to kill the horses. Yeah, and also, like, we don't really run into any confrontational dogs. Most of the dog owners in my neighborhood are women with small yappy dogs. Pac-Man, greetings. Free Roam Fridays, good stuff. Cheerio, SG. Cheers, SG. That might be SA he was trying to say. Welcome, Pac-Man. That's a good game. And regrettably, we got arrested. And we have the Iron Gray Ardennes. For a bit. We gotta take the Reverend home. We're going to use the save wizard to turn the Iron Gray Ardennes into a liver chestnut Hungarian half-bred. Pac-Man, we knew what you were saying. No worries. SG could have stood for Suicide Girls if we were going to continue with that whole trend of cantaloupes, which O-Dog started, not me. O-Dog says, yeah, okay. I was bad at start a video myself. No, you were fine. I mean, I'd probably talk about it as well in some way. Leroy, how ungrateful of the horse to run over Arthur. Get your Harry Trotter rump back here, and you'll join the sheriff. Joke, of course. No worries. That's a great. Oh, dog, we have to keep Super Antonio loose. Yes, indeed.
Sit tight. You'll be all right. Yep.
What's this light. Oh,
Please.
always got to help this guy. He has nothing in his pack, and he doesn't really give you anything unless you can get him close to if you can get him close to Annesburg, and then he'll like spawn in front of Annesburg, and he'll go to the gunsmith. But if he doesn't in Strawberry, there's nothing in Strawberry in the Strawberry General Store except maybe an outfit. Micah, greetings, friend. Happy Friday. On Fridays we free roam. Tomorrow we shall be watching Big Trouble in Little China, one of my favorite movies by one of my favorite directors, John Carpenter. Seen it many times. I have a lot to say on the subject. It's funny. It's martial arts. You'll like it. Trust me, you will like it. David, an outfit at best. Yeah, you can buy the most expensive outfit, and but if you don't, I mean, you gotta help him. His leg hurts. He's gonna get gangrene. Dog, I've got that DVD. Actually, I do too as well. I have all of John Carpenter's films on Blu-ray. Jack Burton. Well, I don't want to talk about tonight. I want to save it all for tomorrow night. Mike TGIF, yeah. Yes, indeed. Micah, John Carpenter, didn't he direct the Halloween movies too? Yes. And fun fact, one of the reasons why I love John Carpenter is he wrote the theme song. Dun 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 dun. He writes all his own music for his soundtracks, which I mean, music is essential to the artistry and mood of a movie. And as a director, as a director and a musician, being able to like fuse both those worlds, the visual and the sonic, is I mean, not many people do. Robert Rodriguez does it. He's the only modern director I think that comes to mind that composes his own soundtracks. Oh, Leroy made some banana pudding with cookie chunks in it. Trust me, it's exquisite. I believe you, friend. I'd eat that. So elaborate. David V, The Thing. Yes, my favorite John Carpenter movie is probably The Thing. And Escape from New York. But Escape from New York and Big Trouble in Little China are kind of goofy. And The Thing is just intense and dark and unrelenting. Interesting, great soundtrack that John Carpenter did not write for The Thing, by Ennio Morricone. All this information will be rehashed tomorrow during movie night. So let's talk about something else. Mike. By made it, do you mean you opened it and crushed cookies in it? If so, I approve, Leroy. Oh, dog, I thought Escape from New York was awful. Hodog means awfully good, I think. Micah, have you watched A Bronx Tale? Yes, I went through a gangster movie phase, and I respect it as a genre, but apart from perhaps Goodfellas and the Godfather trilogy, I don't really care for gangster movies. Mike, it's a period piece, O-Dog. I believe it was set in 1999, so it's already happened. O-Dog, well, no worries, he hated it. No worries, it's not available on YouTube, and we shall probably watch The Magnificent Seven after this. The original one from 1960. I want to see how non-Westerns do on this channel. One, it'll bring in more viewers, and two, I like so many more movies than Westerns. And while I want this to be an Arthur channel, on Saturdays I just want to showcase my favorite movies. There was a Hitchcock movie, oh, The Birds. that I wanted to do a movie night on because Hitchcock is also one of my favorite directors. Leroy. Micah, I used to love playing the Mafia games. Serena has a Mafia playthrough. If I believe. You should ask her if she shows up. Leroy, well, I enjoy making my own little twist for banana pudding. To me, pre-made banana pudding doesn't exactly taste well, so I add some more banana and make my own cookies before adding chunks in it. I don't think I've ever had banana pudding. I've had banana cream pie. I don't know if that counts. And banana splits. Leroy, so I wouldn't say I fully made it, but I didn't just crush cookies in it. No Dog says, I had a homemade salad. I love salads. Leroy, so I wouldn't... Okay. Leroy, well, I enjoy making my own... Oh, they're just... The chat is repeating. Mike says, now you have my attention. It sounds yummy. And we should have made that jump. The only reason we didn't is it's dark, I guess. We abused this poor little mahogany. Bay Tennessee Walker. Green tea tonight. I had pepperoni pizza for lunch. Oh dog. Boring, I wanted junk food. Everybody wants junk food. It's scientifically created to like activate all the taste buds and to taste better than anything you can find in nature. Leroy, sometimes it's better not to have junk food. I know, but everybody loves it. Not gonna lie. Mike, to be honest, I can't believe you read all the chat comments, Super Antonio. To me, the beauty of live streams is that you and I create the content. We have a conversation. And what I enjoy is the free form and the improvisational aspect where I just jump on and, you know, I have an idea of what we're going to talk about, but I pretty much just interact with the chat and see where it goes.
Hey there.
Mike, you guys are making me want to eat. Yes, we tend to talk about food a lot because I'm always hungry, especially at this time. And David, one of the mods here, is a great cook. So he always makes something interesting. Leroy, somebody get me pizza or I'm kidnapping Sadie. Yes, indeed. She's under the desk right now. Oh, I had something. It's not necessarily an unboxing, but it came today. We can show you. Let's see if you can see that. That is for Sadie's, for her Christmas stocking. It's an antler chew toy thing. These things are so expensive. This is like 6 ounces and it's over $20. So, and this is the one I got her. I looked it up on Amazon. I got her in May. So this is what it turns into. So this is the before and the after. Get in there. So these last forever, David. And they're it's like if you have a dog that chews, that is what Amazon calls an aggressive chewer. It's I highly recommend those. And then this one is turning into a choking hazard. When it gets to like half this size, I'll take it away from her and make something out of it. I don't know what, just some kind of display or something. If I were like a shaman or a hippie e-girl, I could make like a necklace or some earrings out of it or something. But here, come here, hop, 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 hop. He's under the desk and looking at. Come here, come here. Okay, okay. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Okay, don't look at the chat. There. She wants it. She's probably going to go. Let's see what. Oh, dog. It's unique to read, is it? It's also reaching out and interacting with us.
Hey, where you going?
Mike just Mike. It's a great club as far as I can see. I'm glad, Mike. I'm glad you're here. Happy you. Micah, did you have any dogs before Sadie, like growing up? No, we had cats. She just dropped her antler, and she's gonna go get it. We had cats, but I always went out with girls who had dogs, and so I've been around dogs my whole life, but I never really had one on my own until how old? Until like 2.5 years ago. Can't believe I had her for 2 years. She completely changed my life. Leroy, my dogs are pretty content with cow ears for their teeth sharpening, but their favorite is either deer legs or rabbit legs. I got, Amazon used to have bison, shanks. And I got that I used to get that for Sadie just because I liked, but they were really smelly and they made a big mess. Leroy says, hi, Sadie. She's under the desk. For quiet, you can hear her chewing. You hear that? That's her chewing. Leroy, cats are just as good. I have two named Jinx and Binks. They're pretty dog-like though. Yeah, they're around dogs, so they imprinted on the dogs. Micah T, wow, you dated horse girls and dog girls, usually in the same incarnation. Mike just Mike, cats are definitely more independent, but great pets. Yeah, I love cats. Love dogs more. Dogs are a lot more effort, but you get a lot more out of dogs, I believe, in terms of companionship and just love. When I was frisky, and it's like everyone hears about how dogs are man's best friend, but it really is true, the bond between man and dog. You have 60,000 years of evolution between that, for that bond. And it's in your blood. It's in your DNA. Oh, dog. Well, anytime you date a horse girl, dogs are always included. Yeah. You could call them animal girls, basically. Leroy. True, Mike. My cats know how to open handle knobs, so I had to change all of my doorknobs to the round ones. They've been trying to figure them out, and it's only a matter of time. Send help. Oh, dog, always make sure to save Reverend Swanson last. You made me lose my train of thought. I was going to say something about dogs. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, I tried to find world's first recorded dog pet, I think were my exact words in Google. And what I came up with was in 1914 in a cave in France, they found a dog jaw and a bead. And then World War I happened, and it just got put on a shelf at a university and just completely forgotten until the 90s when they when they discovered it again and they carbon dated it, and it was like 11,000 years old. And the thing that you could infer from the dog was that, you know, it was a Eurasian breed, you know, the ones that kind of look like dingoes. So it's one of the first dogs that crossed over from Asia, and it was a puppy, and also, so they think the bead was part of the collar, and it was also buried with a bunch of human remains. So it was obviously loved by the family, and the fact that it was a puppy implied that the dog had no use, you know, like for protection or hunting or everything. So they were raising the dog. So it had to be a oh, here's the rabbit request. So it had to be like a member of the tribe or the unit.
Thank you.
And that's the first recorded dog as a pet.
Well, I should get back to it. Okay.
Fascinating to me. Just a little piece of a jawbone and a bead. Mike, true Super Antonio. I own a dog now, no cats. Grew up with only cats, loved him, but my dog is more me for sure. Yeah. Pound for pound, you get way more love and companionship with a dog than you ever would with a cat. And Mike says to Leroy, I hear that, smart animals. I have another dog versus cat story that's kind of dark but kind of funny, and I have to be careful how I phrase things. But there is a woman. Leroy says, dial 911 please. They're guarding the phone and begging for more food. Despite eating well twice a day, I can't last any longer. I know, they're really good at that. So there was this woman who was depressed, and she had a German Shepherd. And she went off into the woods with a handgun, and she was going to do something to herself. The German Shepherd was there, and the German Shepherd like knocked her down and sat on her and just howled until the husband came out and got her. And so she was saved by the German Shepherd. And so, however, reading the comments are like always funny in these types of stories, and the one that got the most upvotes was someone who had just written, a cat would have let her do it. And that's basically the difference between cats and dogs. So I decided to pick up a varmint rifle. We can get one for free because we have the ultimate edition. So we could get a 3-star rabbit for Mr. Pearson, even though he doesn't really require a 3-star. This is ice water. 20 viewers, greetings friends. Happy Friday. On Fridays we free roam. We're just fooling around in the chat, talking about dogs, talking about cats and dogs, and what we had for dinner.
You keep treating that like your own child,
All of
right?
these streams this weekend
Loading up
and
my
Monday
next
will be at 8 p.m. PST. The code, just so you know, if it's a 1-hour stream on the weekends, I'll probably put it up during the day. But for these longer streams, I want to do them at night. It's just easier for me. Like for me the day is done. Dog has been walked, watered, fed, bodily functions have been taken care of. I did I washed the dishes, cleaned the kitchen, did my jump ropes, and I'm ready to just relax and hang out with you. Now we're getting Jim Boy Calloway's gun.
You don't belong behind the bar.
Leroy, that's sad and cute. I remember my childhood cats named Bobby and Socks. Now I was planning to do something to myself. They would rub up in my face and lay on me, and ended up not doing it. Yeah, pets are very helpful to avoid those kind of thoughts, because one, they sense it, and two, they give you something to think of other than yourself. they remind you that you're not alone. And you have something to live for. Especially dogs. Just the trust, the implicit trust that dogs have in you.
Another drink here, Parson.
Come on.
Wrong side of the bar. Get out.
See, he's got to leave. You have to chase him up the hill. Leroy, pets are very influencing. Yeah. They take up a lot of emotional space and brain time. Pac-Man, man's best friend. Gotta appreciate pets. I agree. And now we get a free revolver thanks to ODog. A man with no name. That's a great username. Hi, Super Antonio here. Much love from Ireland. Thanks, friend. A son of Aaron in the chat. I hope you saw my I hope you saw and listened to my Christmas story. A very Arthur Morgan Christmas in Red Dead Redemption 2. The O'Driscolls, regrettably, your countrymen, but they are living. They immigrated to America. Some naughty O'Driscolls steal Santa's sleigh, and Arthur has to deal with them and get Santa's sleigh back. Regrettably, I don't believe any of Clint Eastwood's westerns are available on YouTube. Those would be great for movie night. Mike says, Heart, no name. I love Ireland. Beautiful countryside. One of my favorite authors, Oscar Wilde, Irish. Sinead O'Connor had such a lovely voice. Isn't J.K. Rowling, I never know how to pronounce her name. Isn't she Irish? ODog, I own a few on Blu-ray. Yeah, I know, but it has to be streamable. And it has to be streamable on YouTube.
Yep.
ODog, the trilogy on one disc. That's a good deal. No, it's a set of 3. Man with No Name. Some of Clint Eastwood's movies are on YouTube. I love westerns, and my dad and I would watch with my father. We would watch Clint Eastwood movies all day. Yeah, that's a good, my dad liked Clint Eastwood. But I think he preferred Dirty Harry. Last night, I was up super late. It was ridiculous. I was way later than I usually am. Because one, I watched Last Blood, Stallone's, in theory, last Rambo movie. And then I started watching Reacher, because Reacher season 2 starts in a week, and I had never finished season 1. Oh, interesting. A Man with No Name. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and a few dollars more are on YouTube. But are they on YouTube's channel for movies, or are they posted by randos? If they're posted by randos, you don't know what's in it. You don't know if it's actually the full movie. You don't know what it's doing. It might be a link to, like, some other sketchy streaming site in Russia. I'll look it up. I'll do research. Wyatt, hi friend, do you remember me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you remember you? Oh dog, my brother has it. And Mike says, great flicks, no name. And here's the rabbit. And this is what the Mahogany Bay Tennessee Walker thinks of the rabbit skin coat. Clint Eastwood was so good in that role. Well, you know, it propelled him to international stardom, so everyone agrees. Mike. Reacher's a great watch. Can't wait for season 2. Yeah, it's interesting. I was fascinated. You know, I never really knew about that character until I watched the Tom Cruise Reacher. I forget what I think that movie is just called Jack Reacher, and everyone was talking about how the casting was completely wrong because Jack is 6'5" and 250 pounds, and Tom Cruise is like 5 foot nothing. And Tom Cruise worked. I think if you don't know the novels, Tom Cruise works, and because of that movie, I read a bunch of Lee Child's novels. I was fascinated by. They're very readable. I highly recommend them. Very formulaic, but that's okay. Man with No Name. Outlaw Josie Wales is probably my favorite Clint Eastwood movie. I like so many of Clint Eastwood's movies. I don't know if I could name a single one.
Arthur, dumbass.
But the novels, you know, they always break down. It's like Jack Reacher walks into town. He helps someone, usually a beautiful woman who will fall in love with him, and by that simple act of helping someone, he like just starts unraveling threads that pretty much consume the entire town until he has to like pretty much kill all the bad guys in the entire town, and then he moves on to the next town. It's fascinating, and the author Lee Child has written a bunch of these books. Man with No Name. Man, it's great to be in your lives. Your videos helped me out over the years on Red Dead. I hope Rockstar reaches out to you and you'll be a part of the next Red Dead. Well, they haven't so far. Usually I get a lot of like random sponsorship deals for weird things like keyboards and headphones and Blu-ray speakers that just seem like auto-generated AI emails. Oh, the chat is large enough that I could pose this question. I haven't really formulated it, but I've been thinking about it. But the question is this for those of you that have played GTA Online and Red Dead Online, is why is GTA Online so much more popular than Red Dead Online? It can't be as simple as a lot of people don't like horses. We're going to go get Sheriff Malloy's Bolty here. Or the formulas should be exactly the same. But there's something with Red Dead Online that just makes it not as appealing as GTA Online. You don't say cars in modern, you know, it's like there's something about the gameplay and the microtransactions that don't work in Red Dead Online where they do on GTA Online. And someone who has played both of them should be able to tell me what that is. It can't, ODog, it can't be cars. Can't, no, it's got to be. To me, it feels like there's just something deeper. There's something more inherent. Mike, player base. Yeah, it's like GTA has always had a larger player base. But is it that simple? It's just GTA has always been a more popular game. Hold on, cars are more appealing to kids, rocket launchers and all. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot about the 12-year-olds. But I'm certain if Red Dead Online was doing better, they would pay more attention to story mode. Look, flying cars and jets, Super Antonio. It's kids are what load Rockstar's pockets, and kids love to fly. Well, they could add a hot air balloon here, and they do have like broken flying machines. That would be a fun DLC, is you have to craft a flying machine and you have to go all over the map getting the pieces you need. Kids love to fly because in our dreams we fly. Oh dog, there's a blimp in GTA for the equivalent, LOL. I am slowly working on my favorite missions per chapter video. And one of my favorite missions is Icarus and Friends. And, you know, in Hot Air Balloon. So there's flying in this game. Mike, it's easier to play. People want more instant gratification now. Red Dead is more involved. Just my opinion. Yeah, I suppose.
Easy, boy. You're okay.
I suppose I read somewhere that in gameplay developers want some things to happen every 15 to 30 seconds. Something has to happen. And in Red Dead, it's like up to 90 seconds. Where nothing's going to happen except maybe a rabbit will go by you. Man with no name, are you going to be playing the new GTA? No, I don't think so.
Morgan. Mr. Morgan.
Not on this channel if I do.
We need food.
I don't like modern games. Or rather, I don't like games that are set in the reality that I am currently in. I want to escape this reality. I like games set in the past. I like games set in the future. And also, I don't like that culture. I don't like the music. I don't like the cars. I don't like the fashion. That's the world I live in. Mike agrees with ODog also. Okay, yeah. ODog continues, but kids will buy those shark cards online for game money. Cars are customizable and can race them. They've got the Fast and the Furious type of DLC, and GTA started the open world fun. Okay, that's a good point. I don't know if there's a video in it discussing Red Dead Online versus GTA Online. What's this giant black horse doing by the Mahogany Bay Tennessee Walker? I wonder. First playthrough, when I saw that horse, I had no idea that was for us. I just thought it was another random horse. I don't think I even noticed that the saddle was... that he wasn't saddled. Leroy, when I was frisky, yeah, it's super annoying. I should capture that song and use it for the end, when we do end credits, because it's kind of funny. It's so annoying. Mike, if mommy and daddy don't monitor, and they don't, all the power to them, ODog. My kids don't have access to our credit cards, etc. Yeah, no, it's like you can't link your accounts. Not sure what we were looking for here. Maybe another rabbit. Man with no name says, I play Red Dead in version 1. We are in the the current version here, but I do have a version 1 playthrough. And Odog says again, save Swanson last. I always just get him out of the way, just for no reason. Him and Kieran, I just like having them in camp. I don't mind if he's annoying. He was lucky, real lucky. And then we get Sean back, and at that point, we will stop. I will visit Mr. Downs last, and I will, but I think in this playthrough, we will go all the way up to the train shop because I really need to manually tag in, Dead Eye. I'm missing that. Oh dog, yes, parents plug them in and go do whatever. You can live your dream of being a gangster behind the controller and being a grown-up. My nephew, who pretty much just plays Call of Duty, and he likes first-person shooters, and he uses that, and just plays with his friends, and they just talk in group chat and shoot things. It's interesting. This is how you play now. You play virtually in these giant sandboxes where you talk on your headphones, so your parents can't hear what you're talking about or what you're listening to, and you just you shoot things, and you have friends that live all over the world in theory, though I know for a fact that that my nephew plays with a lot of his friends from school and from his track team.
Easy now.
The man with no name. Any good trick to spawn a moose? They spawn at Moonstone Pond, so you can just save and reload there. Just keep saving and reloading there. I don't like taking the moose at Lake Isabel because I believe he's a friend of the White Arabian, and I want to freak the White Arabian out. Leroy, yes, I was in Red Dead Online doing some archery, and a kid began firing at me. They got a headshot, and just at the moment, his assuring mom walked in and yelled, kid's name, what are you playing? She was livid. Mike agrees with you, O-Dog. Well, if other streamers don't interact with the chat, what do? They just talk about the game, and now we're going to bother this hunter and thank everyone for super chats. And O-Dog says, I'll take that moose any day if the wolves don't mess it up. No, that's the Arabian's best friend. Iwal Yo, go to New Austin with Buggy. We did a New Austin run with John and the companion glitch, which we will be showing on Sunday. Right now we're just fooling around in Chapter 2. In theory, working on our satchel. Iwal Yo, welcome. Happy Friday.
I know where you are.
On Fridays, we free roam.
Got him! Did you see that? Perfect!
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Mike, those other streamers can't play and read all the chat comments out loud. No, I'm not playing. This is a video. This is my gameplay. I don't have a capture card. That was one of the things that was holding me back from streaming, is I couldn't get the capture card to work efficiently on a Mac, and they're super expensive, relatively speaking. And so, in order to compete with streamers, I was like, I'll just show raw game footage and comment on it, and talk to everyone. Okay, that makes sense. Jamie Michael, hello sir. Do you play Red Dead Online? No, I'm bored with it. Greetings, friend. Thanks for being here. We were just talking about Red Dead Online versus GTA Online. I'd much rather play as Arthur. I'm not as interested. And also, I just hate microtransactions. It's, you know, just gimme.
Who goes there?
Just me.
Good to see you back in one piece.
Budog says the black and red are nicer to look at, lol. And Mike Just Mike is enjoying himself. I'm glad, friend. I'm glad you're here. And happy to have you. This is a really good chat. A really good
It's good to see
community.
you again, Mr. Morgan.
There's a bunch of people that are very friendly here that you can interact with and talk to.
Very busy. Did you have fun on your adventures?
Sure, always. But this is home. You're my family, Miss Grimshaw.
Man with no name. Where's Biscuit? We haven't gotten Biscuit yet. Biscuit is imminent.
Shaw.
We are going to have the liver chestnut Hungarian half-bread and biscuit, and a piebald Tobiana Hungarian half-bread, and the brindle thoroughbred. Pac-Man, cars and music made GTA a bit more fun with a crew. Red Dead 2 story mode has to take the win for sure. It's too unique and well made. Yes, I agree. I forgot about the music component of GTA because I don't really like modern music. So it doesn't really appeal to me, but I'm sure for teenagers and kids, that has to be. What's the music like in Red Dead Online? I just assume it's just Red Dead-y. I bet that's a reason why it's not as popular. I bet if they just added more like contemporary country or rock and roll, country rock, even classic rock, they might be able to pull in some more players on Red Dead Online. Why I want Red Dead Online to be more popular is because it'll force Rockstar to focus more on this game. Man with no name says, what's your favorite horse? And Leroy says, I renamed Biscuit Milkshake. Don't ask why. And Odog says, they added the Dr. Dre DLC and it blew up in popularity again. Yeah, they've got, it's like, why can't they get like country and singers or, I don't know, Western celebrities to endorse this game? They're just not paying attention to this game. I really like chaps on Arthur, especially moose chaps. Yeah, I think chaps are essential to the outfit for my Arthur. Right now we're just watching Mr. Pearson. This is old footage. We already got the denim scout jacket, but this footage is not in order. And we're doing a save reload. Well, actually an exit reload. Yeah, Moonstone Pond, save reload, exit reload, and that moose will show up. Mike Just Mike, the Dr. Dre DLC had some of the unreleased songs also, something they couldn't do because of GTA's popularity, mind you. Yeah, that just makes it more popular. And I would assume that Dr. Dre plays GTA Online. Or GTA. I mean, that's his world. That's his culture. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Kind of depressing, though. Living out of time. Living out of sync with what's popular. Oh, dog, yeah, he voiced his own character. Wow. Kind of like Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk, what, 2077? Can't even remember now. Keanu Reeves also he made a comic book, as I recall, which I did not read and didn't really care about. Johnny Silverhand. I love Keanu. I love John Wick, but I do make fun of him. And I haven't played I was all set on playing Cyberpunk 2077 until they decided to make it first person. I can't stand first person. Oh, dog, GTA is an open book because they left us here in GTA. It's a I think you meant Red Dead. It's a semi-closed book. Iwalio, I am done. All challenges on Arthur, got legendary West outfit. Okay, good job. Good job, friend. Time for a new playthrough. I was obsessed with that Legends of the East outfit for Arthur. First year, I think. Now I don't really care. I like the watch chain. That's about the only element of it that I really like. Odog says, yes, that's what I meant. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it, Odog. Mike Just Mike, you have to be able to appreciate Red Dead for what it is, a beautiful, well-made game, not an easy-to-win everything game. Is that what people want? I suppose so. Most GTA players are not looking for that, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, you do get like a little dopamine hit every time you get a kill. That doesn't sound good, but you know what I mean. Red Dead Redemption 2 is too slow for kids. Yeah, I suppose so. But is that, I mean, is it essential? Yeah, I guess it is. It's essential to go after that market, the 8 to 12-year-olds. Is that, I mean, if you're chasing money, yeah, I guess. I mean, Red Dead, or like, Rockstar is in the business of making money. It's a corporation. It's a business. So I guess they just did they not anticipate that 8 to 12-year-olds would not be attracted to this game? Could they not have known that with all their market research?
It's hot and delicious, and all you're gonna get. Come on!
Odog, if you want bank, yes. Take-Two Interactive is all about money. Rockstar wanted to tell stories. Take-Two does not. That's true, yes. I agree. Mike Just Mike, Red Dead makes me zone out and relax. GTA makes me amped up. Great point. Depends on what the masses want. It seems they like to be amped up? Question mark? Yes, I would. That's an excellent point. And when you're amped up, you want more, and it keeps you on. It keeps you playing, and everybody wins from an economic standpoint. And Red Dead Redemption story mode and online is a completely different experience. It is more passive and more, well, I don't know if relaxing is the word I'm looking for. I think it's a more immersive experience. It's a shame though, because if Red Dead Online were more popular, were as popular as GTA Online, they would not have abandoned this game. I know that. I absolutely know that.
Come on, folks, time to eat.
Serena has some new playthrough of Red Dead Online. It's snowing now. It's always nice to see snow on the landscape.
Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan.
Reverend?
I just want to thank you.
Reverend Swanson, interesting enough, has a redemption arc in this
I make such a fool of
story that
myself.
rivals Arthur's. I mean, he doesn't kill anyone,
You're a fine man.
but he has a happy ending of
On the
sorts.
other hand, that really is a sin.
Mike, I agree, Super Antonio, way more immersive. Yeah, I mean, if you are listening to that music, you're listening to rap and hip hop and R&B, and you're dressing that way, and you're aspiring for one of those cars, whatever, you know. So like, if your life is already in that direction, and you want to play a game that reflects that, except it's brighter and more violent, that just doesn't appeal to me at all. Or I suppose I understand it, but it doesn't appeal to me. Leroy, yeah, I like the free play style that Red Dead 2 offers. It's so immersive and breathtaking. Mike, never asked, where are you from? Toronto, Canada here. Shout out to Toronto. I've been to Toronto before. That Toronto Tower is was one of the tallest towers in North America, I believe, until the Burj Khalifa took over that spot. And I know about the Toronto Tower mostly because Kids in the Hall and all the movies and TV shows that were filmed in Toronto. And I am in the great state of Lemoyne, in Saint Denis, downtown Saint Denis, if you will. O-Dog says, at its base, Red Dead Redemption is more immersive. But remember, kids drive the server numbers. GTA is older, so it got the head start. And crime is popular. Being a crime boss and having 80 custom cars beats 4 horses. Yeah, that's true. But you can be a crime boss in Red Dead Online, I assume. It's not, I mean, there's bounty hunters, and I don't even know what's going on in Red Dead Online anymore. Leroy, I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I had no idea, Leroy. Wow, so exotic. Mike, the CN Tower. Yes, that's what I meant.
Hey, Arthur.
And O-Dog continues, GTA Online grew. Crime bossing makes a more active experience over hunting
Careful not
deer
to work
and
yourself
picking
to death
flowers.
there, Uncle.
I love this game,
well.
but this is fact.
Eventually.
Okay, yeah, I
While the
guess.
rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying.
Mike, just
fighting
to be
try
clear,
survive.
to be clear, I meant Red Dead is
Think all
more
day.
immersive.
It's a strange world we live in, Arthur
And-
Morgan.
O-Dog
You
says,
wanna
nice,
head into
Leroy.
town? See if we can find
Yes,
anything
Rio.
else.
Sure, I got some errands.
I've
to
never
run.
been to Rio.
Go
All I
check
can
the
think of
horses
is
already.
one of the Fast and the Furious movies was filmed there.
If you gonna take the old man into town, you take us too?
And of course, the
Well,
girl
what you
from
got
Ipanema.
Nothing. We'll find something for
I
y'all
don't know
to
if you
do.
know that
We
song.
always
It's a
do.
Bossa Nova song.
Lord
I used to be able to
Evermines.
play it on
Cooped up
guitar.
here for 2 weeks now. Karen's about ready to murder Grimshaw.
Well, can Miss Grimshaw spare you?
Can Miss Grimshaw spare you? What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a robbing. You're worried about house chores. Let's go.
Mike says, oh, LOL, O-Dog. I'm glad everyone is
Come on then.
having fun and interacting in the chat.
We're gonna see civilization. Feels like weeks since we did.
Yeah, Valentine. Very embodiment of civilization. Ladies are gonna love it.
Okay,
That's what I
then.
want you to do. I want you to
Let's
talk
go.
amongst yourselves. I want you to
To the trees here, then take a left.
form friendships and interactions and a community here. Raymond Perez, yo, had to tune in. Welcome, friend. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. I'm really pleased to have you here. We're just kind of talking about Red Dead Online versus GTA Online. Leroy says, it was okay, a bit too humid for me, but the view I had was gorgeous. That's where I met my heart dog, Jericho. That's a great name for a dog. We went slow here so we could get all the lyrics. Mike with a Y will give you a car, oh dog. Mike, you really need to meet Serena if she shows up. She's an Australian mod on the and a great friend of the channel, and she is my source for all things Rockstar Online. She plays both Red Dead Online and GTA Online. Micah, Hawaii is very humid. Yeah, I know, but you get that sea breeze. That sea breeze is magical. San Denis is very humid too, but that's because we live by the swamp. Though I live downtown by the hotel.
This is all right.
Is
O-Dog,
gonna get that
I've got all I want, friend. I've got the office full of them, garages and homes and casino, slap full. Serena's that way too. I mean, she looks like she has an infinite amount of cars and like garages. Leroy says, I feel like any tropical environment is, Micah.
You couldn't help me
And
get
O-Dog
my
has
horse
50
back.
million to blow and on GTA Online.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks. It's the
Mike says, will do, Super Antonio. I assume talking about Serena. Serena shows up. Her username is Starhearts. Don't know where she is, but if you hang out enough in these chats, you will encounter Serena at some point. O-Dog robbed the Pacific Standard blind. See, why lead to this horse when you can just ride him?
Here you go.
You're a gentleman, sir. A gentleman.
Hortus, greetings, friend.
I was just
Happy Friday.
trying to impress
On
the
Fridays, we free roam. I'm really
Anyway,
happy you're here.
Thank you.
Raymond Perez, have y'all finished the Red Dead 2 story? There's a story here?
Come on, let's go.
To Valentine.
Are you sure? I just like to play with the horses. Serena, I was just talking about you. Everyone say hi to Serena. Hi, Antonio and everyone. Sorry it's been late. It's so hot here. 43 degrees. What's that in freedom temperature? My PS4 says too hot, have to turn it off. Okay, 43 degrees Celsius. Have to look that up. Celsius to Fahrenheit or freedom degrees. 109. Oh my, that is hot. That's ridiculous hot. I'm sorry. Everybody say hi to Serena.
Woo! Smell those sheep. Or is that Uncle?
Oh, very funny.
This looks like a decent little town.
Serena, how are you?
Finally. Look at all that
Are you coming to movie night tomorrow? We're gonna watch Big Trouble in Little China. Also, I have my picture in the thumbnail. I'm gonna start putting my picture in the thumbnails because that's what you got to do for live streams. Mike Just Mike says Star Hearts. Yes, that's Serena I was talking about. She is my my correspondent for all things Red Dead Online and GTA Online.
Put your head on the line.
That's a young man's game.
Ooh, yes. We can get up to some mischief here, all right.
Just remember, keep a low profile.
Micah, I forgot Australia's summers are during our winters. Yes, everything's upside down and backwards in Australia. 109 though. That hurts.
I knew you were going to get this wagon stuff.
Things to do than bother me.
Serena says, hope so, Antonio. I PS4 not to have turn off for half an hour. You know what I've done is like just set up a fan, like an external fan, right next to the PS4 on the vents, and that should take care of it. Yeah, what ODog said. Serena, put a fan on it, LOL.
Okay, just stay out of trouble and don't get yourselves noticed.
Yeah, just like a desk fan or like, you know, just a fan.
We'll see you at the general store when you're done.
Come on, ladies.
Mike Just Mike, who doesn't love a knowledgeable woman? Yeah, she's got like, she's ridiculously knowledgeable on both Red Dead Online and GTA Online. And she plays a lot more games than I do.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask why.
Micah, Southern Hemisphere countries have their winters in June and summers in December.
But I know you love
Yes.
Desperately. You're my favorite
Yes, they do. Serena is having a warm Christmas.
You're my second favorite parasite.
me. Very funny.
And Serena says, okay, Antonio, I do that. Thank you, everyone.
Then,
Yes.
rats with the plague.
That should take care of your PS4 problem.
Shut up. Is the place
Micah, the hottest I've felt was only 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I have been to the desert on a horse with no name in Arizona and Big Valley and where else? New Mexico. So yeah, I've gotten up to 109. And also, where was it? Palm Springs. Palm Springs for the first time I encountered like heat like that. And they had, it's like mostly you go from like air conditioner to air conditioner, but I noticed like on like all the store doors had like oven mitts on them because you couldn't open the, you know, it's like, and then in Palm Springs they have like these little mister things that, so they spray you with like cooling water when you're like walking down the sidewalk. ODog says, I had to put a fan on my Fat Boy PS3. 60 gigabytes. It makes a difference.
See this? Young folk got no respect for their elders.
Serena says, have I forgotten to say hi to anyone? She's very friendly, that our Serena.
This here's a sheep town. The lamb's the best in the state.
Australians are very friendly. Frodo Swaggin, great username. Worst I experienced was 120 at 29 Palms, California. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten that hot. Welcome, friend. Happy Fridays. On Fridays, we free roam.
do the trick.
Yep.
Or I haven't noticed, but it was pretty darn hot in Palm Springs. ODog, you missed David. Guess he passed out. Well, he works hard. But I'm sad that, I'm sure David will be sad that he missed you, Serena. Serena says, upset that the horse stable is still glitching from last year. Yeah, I saw your video. I like the snow, though, and I liked how you focused on all the new outfits. Also, Serena, I forgot to mention that I like your video titles. You should add more information, though, and you should like fill up the entire, I think you get like 120 characters, I don't know, 144 characters, but like fill up the whole title. It'll just make it searchable.
Oh,
you know.
here's to your good health, sir. And to being down here off that mountain.
Micah, what's the coldest you've ever felt? The coldest
It's
for
a
me
funny
was maybe
world.
slightly below 60. Well,
time
I've been
of my career,
snowboarding,
I
so I've been
picture
up in the
myself
mountains
being
in the
married
snow,
to
and that was
Paris.
darn cold. Like, couldn't control your shivering cold.
I think I got something good.
What?
Never been to
Snuck
Alaska.
into
Always
this
wanted to
fancy
go.
house, acted like a servant girl. Usually
I have
works.
been to
Someone was saying
Vancouver,
her sister was taking a
Canada.
trip from
Shout
New
out and up
York or
into Toronto.
someplace.
Wasn't in
Train
Toronto
full of
during
rich
the winter
tourists
though.
heading to Saint Denis and then cruising off to Brazil.
Okay.
A train laden with baggage and
Mike just Mike.
passing through a bit of
Fahrenheit
deserted
or
country
Celsius,
at
Micah.
night, as to get to the
I
docks in
believe
time for the tides in some
Mike-
place called Scarlet Meadows.
Micah was
know it.
talking about
Yeah.
freedom
it's right out near
degrees.
New Hanover. Right, it's real quiet out
Serena, yes, okay, I'll try it. Antonio, still learning. Thank you.
I think
Yeah,
at
I
the
know.
hotel, they
It's
were
your
picking
channel.
up
You do what you
some
want.
drunken fellas that they was
You know,
gonna
it's like,
rob.
Why?
Seemed easy.
don't worry about me. Mike
They
just
had
Mike
been
negative
good for quite a
42
while.
Celsius for me. Okay, we gotta translate that.
Oh, there's Tilly over there. That does not look ideal.
Excuse me.
Thought I wouldn't find you, Tilly.
You can go kiss a damn
That's minus 43.6 Fahrenheit. That is cold. That seems like you were up in the North Pole.
friend of mine.
Get the hell off of her, you son of a bitch.
I've never been that cold.
Hey, take it easy. There's no problem here.
There will be if you don't get
Brett
out of
Tucker,
here
greetings,
right now.
friend. What's your favorite gun in Red Dead Redemption 2? Good old Bolty, the bolt action. Lanky, the Lancaster.
Just get lost.
I ain't doing this with you right
I like the Cattleman with the hero grip. I love Flacco's gun.
Mary
We got
across the street.
Jim Boy Calloway's gun in this playthrough.
Thanks, Arthur.
What was that all about?
Just someone I used to know.
Oh dog, I felt negative 24 degrees Fahrenheit in Omaha back in 1983. I read somewhere that Omaha is the exact geographical center of the United States. Not sure that's true or not.
Remember her.
Yeah, they're in 2B upstairs.
Frodo Swaggin says, with wind chill or without?
A friend of hers.
Mike, just Mike. Ice fishing in North Ontario. Yes, very cold. Yeah, you're on the ice. And here's the Chelonian you can see.
you, sir?
No. Wrong.
Micah T, have you been to Russia? No, I have not. I'd love to go. Fascinated by Russia and Russian history. Serena, is there a way I can buy saddles and appearances for my horse? Can't get in stables. It's, can you get them through the catalog? And Frodo Swaggin says, worse, was working at a Wisconsin airport, negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit with wind chill. That is cold. You know what I love about chapter 1, and especially the opening of chapter 1, is how you can almost feel the chill and the wind of that storm,
I'm a
that
Chelonian.
winter storm.
Our book.
Before
I was just
the
leaving.
Reverend says Reverend says Abigail says he's dying Dutch.
Please don't
And then all
bother
of
the other
chapter
guests, sir.
1, you know, the cold and the ice just seems very immersive, which is a word we are overusing.
No trouble now, please.
Serena, I think can for the saddles, not sure appearance though. Yeah, I don't know. They have to fix it. Micah T, I'd assumed there'd be snow in negative degree weather,
Friend
right?
of hers.
Get out of here, buddy. I paid.
Ain't paid to hit her, you goddamn animal.
Perhaps. I don't know if it can get too cold to snow. Mike says, yes, Micah, even at 0 or negative
Doing here?
1, you can have
Trying to
snow.
play 'em. Not very well.
You okay?
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow is one of my
Yeah.
favorite
Nothing. Nothing to
favorite
worry
Christmas
about, just
carols.
Men. But
'Cause I got some
Stupid
corn
bastard.
for popping.
Stupid bastard was boasting about the
One of my
bank.
happiest and saddest
Sure, I know
Christmas
small
memories,
town
I'll tell
banks
you
are
right now,
usually a waste of
is
time, This is a livestock town.
you know, I used to hate being alone during
Keep
holidays.
investigating.
and
After you.
or hate being single. And one
Thank you,
time
Arthur.
I like, you know, I met
much
this
like being
girl and
saved,
I
but
was
when I have
very happy and optimistic, and I asked her out.
You okay?
I asked her out to my
He only
favorite
punched me.
restaurant,
Arthur punched
which
him a
was
lot harder.
All right now.
which was near my house and or near my apartment. I've always lived downtown, and they knew me at this restaurant because I ate there like
You were.
3 or 4 times a night because I don't cook.
Me?
And
Impossible.
but it was, you know, it was a nice
buddy,
place. It
come
was
here for a
French.
I saw you.
I would get the roast chicken usually because it was a, you know,
I
you
don't
get a
like
little
this.
half of a chicken and potatoes
Go
and
get
a
the girls
salad.
home. I'm gonna go have
But,
a word with our friend.
Be
So I
careful,
showed up,
Arthur.
you know,
Just a
during
word.
the Christmas season, and they had a 3-piece band, a jazz band. You know, it's like they had an upright bassist, singer, and someone on piano, keyboards. And he was singing "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow," and you know, a bunch of the Christmas standards in that kind of jazzy Sinatra style. And I got stood up. She didn't show. And you know, it was just like, and I would go there, you know, like 3 times a night, and it was just table for one. They knew me, you know, one menu and everything, and I used to, and it was one of the only places where I felt comfortable dining by myself. And
Why are you telling lies?
but so like everyone was happy when I said, "Oh, you have a date tonight." It's like, "Yeah, I need 2 menus." You know, it's like, and everyone. So when she didn't show,
I ain't never been. in
everyone was
the
very,
back
the
water.
whole wait staff and even the kitchen staff were very sympathetic to me. And I still had a good time just because I enjoyed the Christmas music.
Now please pull me up.
And but anyways, yeah, that's one of my. I still think about that when I hear "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow," and I've got some corn for popping. Okay, where are we? Micah says Russia has very harsh winters. Yeah, that's what defeated Napoleon's army. Mike, always hot. Brent, please take away the cold. Micah says, if it weren't for summer breaks as a kid, I'd hate summer.
There is that.
And Serena says, snow is early on Red Dead Online. No decorations yet. Waiting for GTA Online snow.
This never happened.
Well, I agree.
And Mike says, that's because you don't get cold and snow. Star Hearts, LOL.
Here. You want a
Odog
pen?
says, horse was
It's one of
bugging
them
you off
stone
cliff. In Hitler's army too. Yes, you're right. Forgot about that.
I'm not a good man.
World War II, you know, I mean, I've never been as interested in World War II as I have been in, like, the
was
Civil
Black
War.
I kill people.
World War II is just too modern for me.
And maybe I should have killed you.
Serena says, always say this guy couldn't kill him. Yeah, I've never killed this guy.
Brooks.
You get a free pen.
I'm
Cortez,
never
I want to
saw
see that new
you.
Napoleon
No,
movie.
no,
I've heard
no,
good
never.
things and bad things about it. On the good hand, on
understand
the
it?
one hand, I love Ridley
course
Scott.
we do.
He's one of my favorite directors.
Jimmy Brooks.
Blade Runner is certainly in my top 10. Alien,
I've got
of course.
a good memory.
And
I haven't.
but I've heard negative things about it
I
as well.
haven't.
I don't know.
Not,
I don't think there's
not
been
one
a
lick. Not one cent.
successful
in this here
movie
old
about
bag.
Napoleon. I can't think of one.
Come on. Come on. You have a nice day now, sir. Yep.
Micah, do you miss your high school days, Super Antonio? No, not really. I always knew I'd be having more fun as a grown-up.
Giddy up.
I just, you know, I had my band and you know, played a lot of Oasis and Clash and Joy Division. Thought I was going to be a rock star.
My horse! Am I glad to see you?
Here's your horse back,
Odog says,
friend.
Super Antonio, can you buy a movie and stream it? I don't think so.
Appreciate it.
I don't know what the legalities are. I just like the YouTube access because that just means, you know, we're all on this platform, so everyone will be able to see it. Mike, did you hear negative things about Red Dead before you played it, Super Antonio? No, not at all. You know, it's like you know, everyone was looking forward to this game. And I knew even before, I just knew I wanted to play this game. I was just intrigued by the open world. And I would just, and my point was, how open is it? Mike, I'd watch a Super Antonio movie night stream for sure. We're doing it every Saturday, 8 p.m. PST. Hortus, I've heard it portrays Napoleon too sympathetically and not sympathetically enough, LOL. Yes, Hortus, I've heard that it focuses too much on his relationship with Josephine and not enough on his military campaigns. Mike, if you buy it on YouTube, is it okay then? I don't know. I bet it's not. I bet it's for single use. OMOB. Could GTA 6 surpass Red Dead Redemption 2? We were talking about a similar subject, and I'm sure it will. Regrettably. And Serena says, I'm thinking of playing Merry Call to Arms. Probably won't finish Wave 10 on my own. Might do a couple waves if PS4 is too hot, LOL. It'll be fine if you put a fan there. I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. Odog says GTA 6 will surpass Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, easily. Easily. How could it not? But that's all we've been talking about tonight. Brett Tucker, do you watch any sports? No, not really. I used to watch MMA, but I don't even know who anyone is anymore. That's about... And I watch the Olympics. But to me, the Olympics are more about human athletic achievement than actual sports. I just like seeing people at the top of their game. Mike, you're probably correct, O-Dog. Yeah, O-Dog is right more often than he is wrong.
Howdy, partner. You have yourself a good First time? Snake oil. You have no
and O-Dog says college football, college basketball, and MLB. Yes, and then David is he watches the 49ers. And Serena watches something called Kangaroo Cricket. I just made that up. I apologize. Brett Tucker, they should update Red Dead Redemption 2 so we're running on 60 frames on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. I bet they will. OMOB,
Thank you, Doc.
is that Ornob or OMOB? OMOB, is Biscuit still your favorite horse? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How could you not love Biscuit? Serena says, I'm thinking of doing Christmas video with John and Arthur separately in the snow. Do it. Do it. I'm a big fan of Christmas videos. Micah, I am the son and the heir of a shyness that is criminally vulgar. Only Micah will understand that. And Serena says, LOL, Antonio. I like it when you laugh, Serena. Oh, you're talking about Kangaroo Cricket. Yes. I'm not sure how you play that. It's Australian rules, which means it's very violent and beer is involved. ODog says Red Dead 2 DLC for PS5 would sell another 20 million easily. Yeah, I'd buy it. And O Knob says, O Knob, not O Mob, sir. Good to know. Micah T, I believe North Yankton is based on Fargo, North Dakota. Fargo is a great movie. I watched the series as well, but I don't think I made it past season 2. I don't get regular TV. Wanted a closer look at Anastasia and Anastasia's friend, and also how Charles is interacting with Anastasia's friend. Everything was successful until Arthur messes it up, and then they all get in a fight. And also note how Javier says when everyone's looking for Bill, and they don't want to know where Bill is because he might be doing something.
Oh, Arthur, come here.
He might be making new friends. And
Pleased to meet you.
when Javier says when he bumps into that guy, is he going to kiss that guy or dance with him or fight him, kiss him or fight him?
Anyone can tell this
It's just an
one is a
interesting
cat.
Exactly.
little
Yes, he's a pussy cat.
aside
That's
of
all
how
it was.
everyone knows about
you
Bill
say?
Williams's
How much you cost anyway?
inclinations.
a nice way to talk to a lady?
Oh, I didn't
A
know.
guy who hates YouTube, a guy who has YouTube. I love your videos. Well, thank you, friend. I love your username. A guy who hates YouTube would also be a funny video username. Odak says, Take Two really missed an opportunity there. Could have done a Red Dead Redemption 2 version of PS5 and would have taken off all over again. Yeah, I know, they're not very forward thinking. But, you know, Dan and Dave are going. Onop says, which outfit is this? It looks amazing on Arthur. Oh, we just kind of build our own outfits on this channel. Kiss that guy or punch him. Yes, Hortus. Yeah. Exactly. Everybody knows about Bill. Micah, do you have a favorite Smith song? Probably The Last of the International Playboys, because that's who I am. Dear Hero Imprisoned. Frodo Swaggin, what is your favorite no-exploit horse? I'm partial to the Perlino Andalusian. Well, that's a great question because I exploit all my horses. I suppose the Brindle Thoroughbred, the Gold Turkoman, the Leopard Appaloosa, Sadie's horse, Sassafras, the Q-Spot Appaloosa. Serena says there's no outfits to put on Arthur and John for Christmas. Any suggestions? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Micah, I've never done this mission at night before. I kind of always do it at night. I don't know why. Serena, I feel bad for Tommy after fighting him. He's only sleeping, Serena. He'll be fine. Even though they didn't have MRIs in Valentine at this time period. Maybe the aliens will save him. Mike, just Mike. Anything red or white or both star hearts? Not that you haven't thought of that already. He can take it. Look how big he is. How did Arthur not break both his hands and wrists after this? Pounded on Big Tommy's skull. Yes, I know, Antonio. Only sleeping. Mob, Frodo Swaggins, Perlino is pretty good. It's stat-wise the best war horse available in Chapter 2. Yeah, I do like the Perlino. I love that shell pink coat.
No business, sir, but please, I beg
Micah, how tall is Arthur Morgan? He's shorter than, he's taller than John. I'd put him at 6-ish, 6-foot-ish, and John at 5'10"-ish.
Look who we found.
Leroy, I have the feeling like 5-something. We look up average height in 1899. It's way under 6 feet.
And miss all this glamour. You must be joking.
How are you?
Well, quite well indeed. I went to Blackwater looking for you gentlemen. You're not very
70.5 inches, 179 centimeters to 72.5 inches. What are those in freedom feet?
And Bill looking as well as can be. Gentlemen, always a pleasure.
You're right. We ain't too
So
popular
5'8" to 5'10". Yeah, that's nutrition.
And young Sean, it seems.
Sean, you found him.
Yes, I have. He's being held by some bounty hunters.
Omop says
trying
Arthur
to
is
see how
6'1".
much
That's
money
huge.
the government will
I
pay
think
them.
Bill is like
I
6'1".
know he's in Blackwater, but there's talk of them moving.
Oda, going after the Perlino soon. The silver Turkman is so hood. Hortus, Dutch is 6'2" and Arthur's shorter than him.
There'll be Pinkertons all over the place, but
Micah,
he's alive.
the
We
average
gotta
height
try.
now is still under 6 feet.
It's you they want.
Mike says 6.5 feet.
Charles,
That's Jack
find
Reacher's
out what
height.
you can, carefully. Josiah, take Javier. Arthur, go get yourself cleaned up. Join them when
And
you're
Mike
ready.
says 72
What
equals
about
6
me?
feet. Yeah, Jack Reacher is
Well,
supposed to be
exactly.
6'5" and 250 pounds.
What does that mean?
Oh, Bill.
And I like how his special skill is just brute strength. He's a Viking. I mean, he has training because of he's military, but pretty much he's expert marksman. He's got military fighting skills and brute strength. He's just bigger and stronger than everyone. I'm not sure why anyone would even want to fight him. You just take one look, especially the actor they have now playing him, Alan Richardson, I believe his name is, who just looks like a tank on screen. Looks like a football player. Micah, I've known girls that were above 6 feet. I have too. Fortress, Reacher Season 2 starts soon. Yes, we were talking about that earlier. I stayed up way too late last night catching up on Season 1. Mike, and a mind on him, also great character. Yes, excellent deductive skills. He's a fascinating character. Omop says there is a video on YouTube comparing gang heights. Arthur and Dutch are indeed 6'1" and 6'2" according to it. I still think that's a little too tall for this time period. Serena, I'm 5'1". Well, that's the perfect height, Serena, especially in Australia, because you can't, because you're doing everything upside down. So you seem taller.
You're a good boy.
You seem taller when you're upside down, Serena. Mike agrees. That's a good height, Star Hearts. Yes.
Yeah.
Mike is 6'1" here.
I'm sorry, boy.
First time I saw that, first playthrough, completely freaked me out. Valentine serial killer. Like, what is that? Leroy says, I'm a solid 6'4", bought a sports car, and it was the worst decision of my life. My poor head. Yeah, those are meant for smaller gentlemen, regrettably. And Serena says, haha, Antonio, you're making me laugh. Good. Micah says, Jack Reacher must have studied law based on the few episodes I've seen. Well, he was an investigator for the military, so he knows the law. Mike says 5'1" isn't short, 4 something is short. Hortus, 6'2" for me. A lot of tallies in the chat. And then,
How are you?
hi Karen.
Recovered from that business in the hotel?
Oh, yeah. So we gonna hit that bank I told you about?
We'll see.
Odog is 6'2" as well. Micah, I believe I'm about 5'11". Just above average height gang. Serena says, where's David, Miss David? He was here earlier. And he had sausage and peppers for dinner, and he asked about you. He didn't, but I know he was asking about you. Leroy, my mother's around 4'6", and it's hilarious towering over her. She's still your mother. Pay attention. You only get one mother. I'm sure she can still order you about, because to you, you're still her little boy. You're still her little boy. Serena says, you know, I love you all. I miss you too. Well, you've been here since the start of the channel. I'm really glad you were here for this new incarnation of the live streams.
Hi there, Arthur. Hey.
The live streams are a lot of fun. They're very addictive. I understand now, while all the other YouTubers are doing live streams. Air Force is a type of shoe, Micah. Micah says, a lot of people wear Air Forces. I feel like I'm short sometimes. You are just the right height. Don't you worry about it. Serena is glad to be here. Yes, we're glad to have you here. How long have we been? We've got about 12 more minutes to this video, regrettably. Try to do 2 hours a night. And we will return tomorrow night at 8 p.m. PST for the Saturday movie night, which will be Big Trouble in Little China. Then on Sunday, we are back in New Austin with Arthur and John and the Companion Glitch. And then on Monday is Marston Mondays. On Mondays, we Marston. And I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing with John on Monday. I haven't thought that far in advance. Serena, my PS4 is making so much noise. LOL. Yeah, your poor PS4. And Odog says, my feet are too big for those. They don't come wide enough. Leroy, she really doesn't care for me, but it's just funny talking about your mom, I suppose, because she's the height of most middle schoolers, yet is the sassiest and angriest person ever. Watch out for these stories. Watch out for these shorties. Mike says, thanks for the good vibes, everyone. So included, just what I needed. Well, I'm glad you're here, friend. We're happy to have you here. Hortus says, I haven't skated for years, but I never stopped wearing skate shoes. And Micah says, I love skateboarding. Mike, at what time is the movie again? 8 p.m. Pacific, PST. Odog says, Serena, you may have fried it, damaged it. Yeah, maybe. It depends on what kind of noises it's making. If it's like a whirring computery sound, that's the hard drive. And yeah, it might be. It's pretty darn hot in Australia right now. How old is your PS4?
Arthur, don't forget, I'm more than happy to craft.
Micah says, I actually wear skate shoes to the gym.
Thank you, Mr. Pearson.
I wear Chuck Taylors and Doc Martens and flip-flops. Serena says it's fan noises. Yeah, it'll be fine once you add your external fan. And Serena says, LOL, Leroy, nothing, I'm good, girl. LOL. And Serena says, got it when it came out. Yeah, try adding an external fan and see how that helps. Should, I would assume. I would hope. And if not, probably it's time to upgrade to a PS5. Micah says flip-flops, better known as slippers here. Yeah, but nobody knows that. Everyone on the mainland thinks slippers are like those furry things that you wear before bed with your PJs. So you got to call them flip-flops.
I've been working hard, Dutch.
Serena says, I was looking at PS4. Still expensive. Better off buying PS5.
But it pays. Please.
Yeah, you might be able to find a deal. Mike says 11 p.m. my time. I'll be here. Great. That's great. You'll have fun. I'm very knowledgeable about movies. You have no idea. Omob says, have you played Red Dead 1? Red Dead 1 streams would be great too. I've just played Undead Nightmare. I don't love the horse controls in Red Dead 1. Serena says, why don't you help Strauss, Dutch? Yeah. Mike says, flip-flops are called slides here. Leroy says, why does Dutch look bald without his bangs? Without his hat? He'd do good to invest in some bangs. Well, everyone likes the pomade. Just slicking the hair back with the pomade. And not, you're not washing your hair every day in 1899. You're doing like a bath a week. If you're lucky, if that. Flip-flops. Mike says. Yeah, that's because of the sound they make. Serena says, this game never got sick of it. So relaxing when I play. I love it. Same here. Well, I love this game so much I started a Red Dead Redemption channel. A Red Dead Redemption 2 channel. Love this game so much I don't even play Red Dead Online. Rather play as Arthur. Leroy, Dutch's do motto, greasy and great. We're gonna be great. Micah T, I'm not used to calling them flip-flops. Well, Micah, they are not. Flip-flops are not used to calling you Micah.
What even are the Philippines?
Oh, I was going to make a short on this. It's a shout out to the Philippines.
It's enough to turn a good, honest fella to
Also note that Uncle can read.
Dishonest fella, it's going to send me to drink twice as fast.
That's a skill in 1899. Not everyone knows how to read. Literacy was way higher.
What are you mumbling about?
Why are we fighting the Philippines, huh?
Oh, Mob, did real 1899 America really use this many horses? I would assume the vast majority wouldn't even have been able to afford them. They were way cheaper back then. I'm sure they were like that was the mode of transportation.
I need you to do me a favor. Nothing too.
It was that or the train.
I need you to help Herr Strauss.
I think they became expensive once cars were introduced because horses became a luxury item.
Please, son.
There's horses in Rambo Last Blood. In Rambo Last Blood, he's retired to a ranch in Arizona, and he has to take on the entire Mexican cartel.
I'm very into my crafting at the moment, Mr. Morgan. I'm very happy to make you something if you bring me the right materials.
Brett Tucker asks, what's the saddest mission in Red Dead Redemption 2? That's a great question.
Very well.
Probably the last one. No reason. Spoiler on a 5-year-old game.
Are you well?
Odog says, yep, 1899, horses and trains. And wagons. Hortus never saw Last Blood. I just saw it last night. before I just binge watched the second half of season 1 of Reacher. It's it's a Rambo movie. It's interesting that it's very tight. It's only 90 minutes long. The first 20 minutes is set up, and he's retired on a farm or on a ranch, and he's like fooling around with horses, and he has a niece who goes back to Mexico to meet her father, and gets kidnapped by the cartel, and so Rambo has to go get her, rescue her, and then the cartel comes back to the ranch, and Rambo has to set up all these like traps and IEDs and get his bow out and his machete and kill everyone, kill the entire cartel. Serena says, when Arthur died, was sad, couldn't stop crying. And Micah says, I want to buy a vintage car or motorcycle one day. And Mike says, sorry, don't, Omob, sorry, don't drink, kids. Just, or get old or go. Blind Sig. Oh yeah, Serena says, and when Sean died, and Kieran too, was sad. Leroy says, Mike, I would say the mission where Arthur died, but the music always gets me. I watched this video on the song, and they remixed the lyrics to say, may I stand on chicken. May I stand on chicken. Yeah, so now I think about that. Yeah, that's funny. Hortus says, I did really like the last Rambo. That was in Burma. Yeah, that's the second to the last one. The interesting thing about Rambo Last Blood for me was the end credits, where they did a montage of all the Rambo movies. And the first one, First Blood, which was in the 70s, I believe, Stallone looks like a little kid compared to now. He looks like he's 14 years old in that movie. And, it's like, so they just do this montage, and you get to see the whole, well, just the changes in Stallone, because he's aged so strangely. You know why. Also in HD, you can really see like all his hair plugs and his hairline and everything. At any rate, that's Jesus. Greetings, friend. Just in time. I was about to shut down the stream, but I appreciate you being here. There's a movie night tomorrow night, 8 p.m. PST. That's Big Trouble in Little China. At any rate, I really appreciate all you being here, and that's about all I have for you tonight. We shall return tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. On Mondays, we Marston. Shout out to the mods, Serena, David, O-Dog. Really happy that you guys were here. It was great talking to all of you.